Greetings from our channel again. The blonde beauty Linda Evans enthralled the globe and Dynasty as Krystle Carrington. Not only created a worldwide craze but also established the 1980s fashion trends. But was her life really as ideal as the picture on screen? Behind the glowing surface were unrelenting struggles with physical and mental sickness, failed marriages, and betrayals even during her most beautiful moments. At the age of 83, Linda Evans has now shared the devastating truth about a turbulent life that was originally brought to light by a legal scandal. She overcame everything to rediscover herself, from the height of her career to the lowest points when she thought life was no longer worth living. What actually took place? Let's explore an unseen tale of Linda Evans' emotional journey, which was shaped by the intersection of beauty, fame, and misery. Born in Hartford, Connecticut, on November 18, 1942, Linda Evans came from a family with a long history of the arts. Her passion for the arts was sparked by the influence of her parents, who were also accomplished dancers. The family relocated to North Hollywood when Linda was still a young girl in pursuit of better prospects in the entertainment sector. She grew up there with her two sisters, Kathy and Carol, in a caring and encouraging setting. Even though she grew up in an artistic family, Linda was a shy youngster who frequently avoided eye contact and felt uneasy in social settings. She was urged to enroll in theatrical classes at Hollywood High School in order to boost her self-esteem. At first, it was only a means of overcoming her shyness, but the acting classes gave her a whole new perspective. Over time, Linda came to appreciate the thrill and delight of taking the stage. She became more confident with every part she played. This newly discovered love for performing took root and grew. In addition to helping Linda get over her shyness, her time at Hollywood High School prepared her for her future profession. A shy little girl started her path to becoming a well-known television personality there. At the age of 15, Linda Evans made her debut in the entertainment business by appearing in a TV ad. Even though it was a minor role, her first time in front of the camera sparked her interest in acting. Filmmakers were immediately drawn to Linda's innate charm and fascinating appearance, which resulted in opportunities in then-popular television series like Bachelor Father, The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, and Wagon Train. Throughout this time, Linda developed her reputation as a young actress with promise and acquired useful experience. The casting of Linda as Audra Barkley in The Big Valley in 1965 marked a significant turning point. This was her first major part in a series that lasted for a long time. Strength, intelligence, and unquestionable beauty characterized Audra Barkley, the youngest of the Barkley family's daughters. Linda's portrayal of Audra struck the ideal mix between assurance and nuance, enthralling viewers and making a lasting impact. For Linda, The Big Valley changed her life. In addition to making her a well-known figure on television, the show's success, which lasted until 1969, enabled her to escape small roles and establish her reputation in the entertainment business. Linda frequently talked about how playing Audra Barkley allowed her to reach her full potential and gave her access to more chances. In addition to being the first high point of her career, this discovery served as a strong starting point for the rest of her trip. Although spectators loved her performance as Audra Barkley, Linda was about to land a new part that would make her a household name. What was the next step for Linda Evans? It was Dynasty's brilliant limelight, a leap that would alter her life forever. Linda Evans rose to international fame as a result of her performance as Krystle Carrington in the television series Dynasty. Dynasty, which debuted in 1981, immediately captivated viewers around the globe with its compelling story about the rich Carrington family, which was full of love, treachery, and internal strife. Was a key figure in the series. Krystle, played by John Forsythe, was a shrewd, kind, and determined woman who was the wife of Blake Carrington. A defining feature of Dynasty, the intense rivalry between Krystle and Blake's ex-wife, Joan Collins, Alexis Colby, produced some of the most dramatic moments in the series. In addition to captivating viewers, Krystle and Alexis' famous exchanges were a major factor in the show's success. Linda received many honors for her work as Krystle Carrington, including a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a television series in 1982. She received numerous People's Choice Awards and consecutive Golden Globe nominations between 1982 and 1985, demonstrating the audience's strong love for her. In addition, Linda received an Emmy nomination, solidifying her place among the most well-known TV actresses of the time. Global fashion trends were also generated by her role. Krystle's collection of opulent gowns, glitzy evening gowns, and fur coats established a benchmark for style that appealed to millions of women across the globe. Inspiring women of all ages to adopt her style, Linda's distinctive voluminous blonde hair and sophisticated makeup, accentuated by keen eyes and neutral-tone lips, soon became famous. With her sophisticated pairings of long coats, trousers, and clean white shirts, Linda's off-screen style equally radiated sophistication, providing a classic balance of elegance and simplicity. Her dynastic attire not only emphasized her beauty but also came to represent the time period, impacting collections and fashion designers for years to come. Linda turned her style into a lasting legacy, proving that fashion is more than simply clothes, it's a means of expressing one's individuality and narrative. Linda had appearances in a number of movies outside of Dynasty. She co-starred with Robert Shaw and Lee Marvin in the action movie Avalanche Express in 1979. She had an appearance in Steve McQueen's last movie, Tom Horn, in 1980. Her cinema roles demonstrated Linda's willingness to experiment with other genres, even though they weren't as successful as her television roles. Linda played Krystle again in Dynasty, the reunion in 1991. Fans have the chance to relive the cherished tales and characters of the Carrington family thanks to this brief series. People welcomed Linda's return to the position, confirming her continued popularity with viewers. Even though Dynasty is still her best-known piece, Linda never stopped looking for new parts and put in a lot of effort to advance her profession. Her success is determined by the strong bond she forged with audiences throughout each performance, not just by accolades. In addition to being a well-known actress, Linda Evans is an example to coming generations since she exemplifies tenacity and a deep passion for her work. Even though Linda Evans achieved professional success and became a worldwide celebrity, her personal life was characterized by hardships and tragedy, which forced her to face severe emotional scars in her marriage and love life. Linda wed John Derek, a well-known actor and director who was 16 years her older, in 1968. Linda was only 26 years old at the time. Derek, on the other hand, was already a well-established Hollywood celebrity, renowned for his attractive appearance and self-assurance. In addition to being her partner, Derek was instrumental in helping Linda develop her profession and enabling her to succeed in the cutthroat entertainment sector. But what appeared to be a happy marriage soon descended into heartache. Linda and Derek had a rocky relationship from the beginning. Derek, who was notorious for his turbulent marriage to actress Ursula Andress, was known for being a dominating but passionate man. Derek started acting like a domineer in their marriage. Linda gave up her budding acting career out of love for him, who urged her to give up her career to concentrate on their family life. Linda's concessions, though, were unable to keep the marriage stable. Derek was still in charge of her life, controlling every aspect of her life, including her personal relationships and clothes. Linda, who was young and inexperienced at the time, thought that love required self-sacrifice. Her readiness to compromise, however, was insufficient to protect her from the suffering Derek would inflict. When Derek started an affair with 18-year-old Mary Kathleen Collins in 1973, later known as Hollywood beauty icon Bo Derek, that was the tipping point. Derek took Bo abroad to Germany and Greece to avoid legal issues because of their large 30-year age gap, in addition to publicly displaying his affair and betraying Linda. For Linda, this was a humiliation in public as well as a startling betrayal. Derek was severely criticized for his self-centeredness, but Linda was the focus of rumors and conjecture. This was the darkest era of Linda's life, she subsequently said. She felt helpless and abandoned after the man she loved dearly betrayed her. In addition to being crushed by her marriage's breakdown, she was also tormented by anxieties that caused her to compare herself to the younger, more attractive Bo Derek. Even though she was under intense scrutiny, Linda made the decision to be quiet and avoid speaking out in public despite her suffering. Instead of giving up, Linda made the decision to face her suffering and proceed. After 6 turbulent years, she called it quits on her marriage in 1974. Although the divorce was difficult, it was a pivotal moment in Linda's self-recovery. She called her manager after splitting from Derek and declared that she was ready to start acting again. In addition to overcoming her own loss, Linda's tenacity opened the door for a new phase in her professional life. Her portrayal as Krystle Carrington in Dynasty catapulted her to new heights of prominence a few years after she swiftly regained her footing in the entertainment scene. Linda demonstrated that she was more than a woman despised by turning her suffering into meaning. She was a representation of fortitude and tenacity. Bo Derek apologized in public for her part in ending Linda and John's marriage. Bo acknowledged that when she was younger, she had not quite comprehended the repercussions of meddling in another person's relationship. She recognized the intricacies and difficulties of her own dazzling but challenging marriage to Derek and felt regret for the hurt she had inadvertently caused Linda. Despite the tragic end of her marriage to John Derek, Linda Evans used her personal tragedy as motivation to go on. Linda decided to move on from the past, using it as a lesson to never lose her value and love, even though Derek received criticism for how he treated her. Because she refused to allow hardship to define her life, Linda came to represent tenacity. Linda started a new chapter in her personal life in 1975, 1 year after divorcing Derek. By being married to prosperous real estate developer Stan Herman. Herman provided Linda with the stability she had always desired because, unlike Derek, he was not employed in the entertainment sector. They started dating in the hopes of living a more straightforward life free from the spotlight and the demands of Hollywood. But this marriage did not turn out the way Linda had hoped. Their lifestyle and ambitions diverged during the course of their 4 years together. Despite his success in his own career, Herman found it difficult to fit in with Linda's environment, while Linda continued to be a huge Hollywood celebrity. Their brief but significant marriage came to an end in 1979 when they chose to split up since they could not find anything in common. After her divorce, Linda dated a number of well-known people, such as Lee Majors, who starred in The $6 Million Man. As the pairing of two television icons became a media sensation, it attracted a lot of public attention. Yanni, a well-known Greek musician, was one of Linda's most prominent partners. They dated for about 10 years, starting in 1989. Linda frequently talked about how Yanni gave her the contentment and serenity she had long desired. One of the most lovely periods in Linda's personal life is her time spent with him. Neither of Linda's marriages or her subsequent partnerships resulted in children. She has made it clear that she doesn't regret not having kids. Rather, she decided to concentrate on her work, her relationships with others, and creating a life that mirrored her own goals. Taking care of herself, following her passions, and keeping close relationships with the individuals who were most important to Linda brought her happiness and contentment. In retrospect, Linda's marriage to Stan Herman was a short period of her life, but it was a springboard for her self-discovery and her realization of the true meaning of love. Linda maintained her optimism and fortitude in the face of 2 failed marriages and childlessness, persistently pursuing contentment and real connections in her private life. All of her relationships, whether long-term or short-term, taught her important lessons that aided in her development and increased her self-awareness. Some contend that Linda Evans' decision to forego having children is a reflection of her emphasis on her work and happiness. Are you in agreement with this viewpoint? Post your comments below. Following several unsuccessful marriages and major life transitions, Linda Evans embarked on a new chapter in her life. One that presented difficulties for her emotional and physical well-being. Although Linda used to gleam on the tiny screen and exude strength and beauty, she had to fight silent battles that few people knew about. Linda experienced a serious health problem in 2014. She started using strong medicines because her chronic back pain became intolerable, negatively affecting her day-to-day existence. A neck injury sustained during intense sports training added to her difficulties and greatly reduced her quality of life. Linda fell into a profound melancholy as a result of these mental and physical strains. When she was at her lowest, she even considered taking her own life in order to get away from the constant agony. In the same year, Linda was arrested for reckless driving, a public outcry that damaged her reputation. But it turned out that the conduct was caused by the adverse effects of the painkillers she was using to treat her excruciating back pain. 30 painkillers were discovered in Linda's handbag during the police investigation. She clarified that the medications were recommended by a doctor, but acknowledged that she was unaware of how they affected her ability to drive. Linda's emotional problems were exacerbated by the terrible hair loss brought on the corticosteroid treatments. This was an especially unpleasant experience for a beauty icon such as herself. She started wearing wigs as a coping mechanism, but rather of feeling guilty about it, she accepted this experience as a necessary component of her recovery. Linda openly told her tale in interviews, confirming that she was able to rebuild her confidence and discover a new love for herself by embracing her flaws. Linda admitted that several of her previous relationships had caused her to lose her sense of self. She had forgotten who she really was after years of sacrificing herself and making concessions to appease others. However, it was precisely these sufferings that made her appreciate the value of autonomy and self-respect. Linda set out on a challenging but determined path to recovery because she was determined to get better. She started living life on her own terms, found balance, and gave her mental health top priority. Linda once remarked that her biggest sufferings demonstrated her inner strength and that every hardship in life teaches a lesson. She came out of the darkest moments to rediscover her own brightness. In addition to being a television legend, Linda Evans is a living example of the strength of resiliency and rebirth, demonstrating that no hardship is insurmountable. Linda Evans refused to let suffering and adversity to define her, even though she had faced many obstacles in her life. She not only came out stronger as a result of her battle and self-healing path, but she also left behind a deeply inspirational legacy. Beyond her iconic roles on television, Linda is more than that. She is a representation of compassion and tenacity, sending a strong message that everyone can overcome hardship and find who they are. The impact of Linda goes well beyond the little screen. She used her position to advocate for health causes, especially one she had personally experienced, such chronic fatigue syndrome and the value of leading a healthy lifestyle. She offered her unique thoughts on beauty and self-care in her books, Recipes for Life and Linda Evans' Beauty and Exercise book. These books were more than just manuals. Acting as inspirational resources for numerous ladies who are looking for contentment and harmony in their life. Linda's greatest legacy is found in the power of her life narrative, not in her honors or recognition. She showed how hardships and adversity can spur a person's rebirth and development rather than shatter them. Her message has inspired women all throughout the world and has transcended the entertainment sector. They are making an effort to overcome the challenges in their lives. Linda Evans serves as an example of how a person's value is based on how they face and overcome misfortune rather than how well they can avoid it. Her acting profession is just one aspect of her legacy, another is the pervasive conviction she fosters that there is always hope, even in the most dire circumstances. Linda Evans has welcomed a new chapter, a calm and purposeful life, after the highs and lows of her profession and life. She now lives in the state of Washington, where the peaceful natural environment aids in her ability to stay balanced. With an estimated net worth of $20 million, Linda avoids the spotlight while maintaining relationships with her admirers by pursuing personal hobbies and inspiring endeavors. With a brief yet moving appearance in the movie Swan Song in 2021, Linda made a significant comeback to the big screen. She still has the acting ability and nuance to play characters with a lot of passion, as the performance showed. Longtime followers were thrilled by her performance, which further cemented her reputation as a revered television icon. Linda prioritizes healthy living outside of acting, giving special attention to her nutrition and exercise regimen. In her book Recipes for Life, she regularly offers recipes showcasing light soups and salad of hope, among other modest meals, along with touching tales. Every recipe is more than just a meal to Linda. It's a treasured memory that got her through her darkest moments. She incorporates yoga and exercise into her everyday routine. Linda has frequently stated that yoga helps her attain a sense of serenity every day and acts as a kind of mental therapy in addition to enhancing physical health. Her body stays supple and her mind is rejuvenated by her beloved habit of outdoor yoga practices in Washington's tranquil environs. Linda rejects strict beauty standards and the quest for cosmetic perfection because she firmly believes that true beauty originates from inside. She emphasizes that inner serenity and confidence are the most important components of one's appearance and exhorts people to love and embrace who they are. Linda posted a touching statement on Instagram to start the year in early 2025. She sent her fans a charming New Year's greeting in a video. "I hope this year is the one when you find the magic and beauty in who you really are. May we never give up on our dreams and keep working toward their realization. Cheers to the new year. I'm sending you a ton of love. Luminous, organic, and bursting with vitality." When Linda appeared in the video, her fan base took notice right away, solidifying her status as a Hollywood legend and a source of inspiration for many. Linda Evans, who is 83, demonstrates that our choices about how to live and love ourselves determine our level of happiness rather than our age or the hardships we have experienced. Her cheerful and enthusiastic lifestyle continues to inspire others, reminding us that each day presents a chance for development and rejuvenation. Linda Evans is a living example of how tenacity and self-respect can lead to a meaningful and rewarding life, regardless of the number of obstacles life throws at you. Overcoming hardship, always reinventing herself, and leaving a legacy that goes beyond the tiny screen, Linda has transformed from a television icon to an inspirational figure. She continues to be a ray of hope for people who are looking within themselves for strength and serenity. Her existence is a reminder that each day offers a chance to reinvent oneself and live a genuine life. How do you feel about the inspirational journey of Linda Evans? What strikes a chord with you the most about her story? Leave a comment below with your opinions. Remember to hit like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more Hollywood legends stories. I'll see you in the upcoming video.